How many of us can truly say we are living as our most authentic selves? It's a question I've wrestled with. I know I'm not the only one. We hide behind masks, afraid to show our true selves to the world. But what if I told you that true freedom and joy come from embracing your authentic self, imperfections and all? This video is an invitation to embark on a journey of self-discovery, to shed those masks and step into the fullness of who you are. We're going to explore 9 powerful tips to help you embrace your true self, because when we live authentically, we open ourselves up to a more meaningful and fulfilling life. Get ready to dive deep, to be vulnerable, and to rediscover the beauty of your true self. Because you, my friend, are worthy of being seen, heard, and celebrated for exactly who you are. The journey of embracing your true self begins with self-awareness. It's about taking off the rose-colored glasses and really looking in the mirror. Who are you beneath the surface? What are your values, your beliefs, your passions? Self-awareness is about understanding your strengths and your weaknesses, your joys and your sorrows. It's about acknowledging your past experiences and how they've shaped you. This isn't always easy. It takes courage to sit with yourself, to be honest about the good, the bad, and the ugly. But it's in those moments of raw honesty that we begin to understand ourselves on a deeper level. Think of it like peeling back the layers of an onion. It might sting a little, but with each layer we get closer to the core, to the essence of who we are. And once we have that understanding, we can begin to make choices that align with our true selves. We can start living a life that feels authentic and true. Now that we've started to peel back those layers, it's time to talk about self-compassion. Because let's face it, none of us are perfect. We all make mistakes, we all have regrets, and we all have those moments where we just don't like who we see in the mirror. Self-compassion is about treating ourselves with the same kindness and understanding that we would offer a dear friend. It's about silencing that inner critic, that voice that tells us we're not good enough, smart enough, or worthy enough. Imagine for a moment that your best friend came to you, filled with shame and self-doubt. Would you berate them? Would you tell them they're not good enough? Of course not. You would offer them love, support, and encouragement. Why then do we treat ourselves so harshly? It's time to break free from that cycle of self-criticism and embrace self-compassion. Because when we can be kind to ourselves, when we can forgive ourselves for our mistakes, we create space for growth, for healing, and for true authenticity. Living authentically requires us to set healthy boundaries. Boundaries are essential for protecting our time, our energy, and our emotional well-being. They are a way of saying, this is what I will accept, and this is what I will not. Setting boundaries can be challenging, especially if we're used to people-pleasing or putting the needs of others before our own. But it's important to remember that saying no to something doesn't make you a bad person. It simply means you're prioritizing your own needs and well-being. Think of it like this. You have a limited amount of energy each day. You can choose to spend that energy on things that drain you, or you can choose to invest it in things that nourish your soul. Setting boundaries allows you to be more intentional with your time and energy. It allows you to say yes to the things that truly matter to you and no to the things that don't. What makes your heart sing? What are you naturally drawn to? These are your passions, and they are an integral part of who you are. When we pursue our passions, we tap into a source of joy and fulfillment that nourishes our soul. It's like our inner child comes alive, filled with excitement and wonder. Don't let fear hold you back. Don't let the voice of doubt tell you that your passions aren't practical or realistic. Life is too short to ignore the things that light you up inside. Make time for your passions, even if it's just for a few minutes each day. Embrace the things that make you feel alive, and watch how your world transforms. In the chaos of life, it's easy to neglect our own needs. We pour ourselves into our work, our families, our commitments, and often we forget to take care of ourselves. Self-care isn't selfish, it's essential. It's about prioritizing our physical, mental, and emotional well-being. It's about making choices that nourish our mind, body, and soul. This could be as simple as taking a long bath, reading a good book, or spending time in nature. It could be about moving your body, eating nourishing foods, or getting enough sleep. Self-care is about listening to your body and giving it what it needs to thrive. Because when we take care of ourselves, we have more energy, more compassion, and more to give to the world. We are deeply influenced by the people we surround ourselves with. Their energy, their beliefs, their values all rub off on us, whether we realize it or not. That's why it's so important to be mindful of who we allow into our inner circle. Surround yourself with people who lift you up, who believe in you, and who inspire you to be your best self. These are the people who will celebrate your victories with you, who will offer a shoulder to cry on when you're down, and who will encourage you to keep growing. Remember, you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. Choose your pack wisely. Society has a way of telling us who we should be, what we should look like, and how we should live our lives. But here's the thing, those expectations were not designed with you in mind, they were created by someone else, with their own beliefs and values. And if those expectations don't resonate with you, it's okay to let them go. You are not obligated to live your life according to someone else's script. You get to write your own story. You get to define what success, happiness, and fulfillment look like for you. Don't be afraid to challenge the status quo. Don't be afraid to be different. Embrace your uniqueness and let your freak flag fly. Embracing your true self is not a destination. It's a journey. It's a lifelong process of learning, growing, and evolving. There will be times when you feel lost, confused, or uncertain. There will be times when you question everything you thought you knew about yourself. And that's okay. Embrace the discomfort of growth. Embrace the unknown. Because it's in those moments of uncertainty that we have the opportunity to learn the most about ourselves. Be curious about yourself, ask yourself tough questions, and be open to the possibility that you are capable of more than you ever imagined. Vulnerability is often seen as a weakness, but it's actually our greatest source of strength. It's the birthplace of love, belonging, joy, courage, and creativity. When we allow ourselves to be vulnerable, we open ourselves up to deeper connections with others. We allow ourselves to be truly seen, heard, and understood. It's scary to let down our guard, to show our true selves to the world. But it's also incredibly liberating, because when we embrace our vulnerability, we give others permission to do the same. We create a space where authenticity can flourish. So be brave, be bold, and most importantly, be vulnerable. As we've explored these 9 tips, I hope you've begun to see that embracing your true self is a journey worth taking. It's about self-awareness, self-compassion, setting boundaries, pursuing your passions, and so much more. It's about letting go of who you think you should be and embracing the beautiful, messy, imperfect person you already are. Remember, you are worthy of love and belonging just as you are. Thank you for joining me on this journey of self-discovery. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, leave a comment below, and subscribe to the channel for more inspiring content. Until next time, be brave, be authentic, and embrace the power of your true self.